Here you go.
Oh, you got it. No way. Thank you. Oh, you just made my fucking night. Can't hold my food.
It's already packed and ready to go.
I handed it to him, but who's
Like Rob's anus.
Packed and ready to go.
Packed and ready to go? Okay.
Welcome to the Two Pints Radio Show. Okay.
It's
going
to open that.
We're packing ass.
Alright.
She can come, it's fine.
Okay. Here's where I start. Give me about 5 seconds, and then we'll go around, do the same process. Welcome to the Two Pints Radio Show with your host, that Nick guy. And we're going to do a lot of things today, or tonight. I'm going to redo that. I didn't know what I wanted to say.
Who knows what sounds kind of great or not?
That sounds kind of good.
I'm dying.
Oh, this is either going to go great places or nowhere.
Hey,
We'll see.
either way, I think it's the shit.
Nowhere is a
Thank
great
you.
place.
Alright.
Yeah, the
Alright.
ferocious beast in nowhere land. In nowhere land. Come along if you can.
Welcome to the...
Oh
Oh my god. Welcome to the Two Pints Radio Show with your host, that Nick guy, and we're going to go over conspiracy theories, ghost stories, and pizza. I'm going to go around the room now. I'm drinking some Honey Brown.
Hey, I'm Rex, and I'm drinking traditional lager, Yingling.
I'm David, and I got a beer in my hand.
I'm Abby. I'm drinking sangria and eating Japanese
That
food.
guy with the beer.
What's up, y'all? It's your favorite half pint. Bob. I'm drinking Coors over here, guys.
And I'm D-Rad, and I'm drinking a Michelob Ultra with cactus lime.
I suppose...
This one just got repoed.
Oh.
Huh.
Huh.
Oh, your shit's
Somebody
fun.
got towed.
Looks like Steve's.
Welcome to Newcastle.
Yeah, right.
Of course it'd be fucking Steven. Sorry, Steven. You're like the coolest dude ever. You always give me cigarettes, and I just go and point and go, hey!
Straight up look like it's drunk.
Sometimes I even forget your name. I just go, hey, because that's all we say sometimes is, hey.
I did that to you, Nick, for like a cool minute.
Hey.
I'm looking at someone
It's that Nick guy. I suppose the first conspiracy theory, maybe I could pick one out. JFK assassination.
Ooh, the magic bullet, or what was the the magic bullet?
The lone gunman on the grassy knoll.
Well, see, here's my take on it. Mafia.
Oh, yeah. For
See,
sure.
and the only reason I say that is because of his dad.
Yeah.
His dad was very, very tied. He made his money bootlegging. And he was very, very tied in with Frank Sinatra.
Excuse me, truck. You're
very
going down.
loud.
You're going down a one-way.
Roll call.
You fuck.
Sorry about
Continue.
that, guys.
The only reason I say that is because of his dad. But also, the reason I say that is because of what his dad did. It's just one of those things to where his dad was a bootlegger. That's how he made his money. That's how they got into political politics anyways.
Oh yeah.
And that's where things get very, very interesting. And here's the other part. They pissed a lot of people off.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can see that just in the way that how many deaths in the family. I mean, you look,
Well,
John himself, then Bobby was assassinated as well, and then the death of John Jr.
Yep.
For some reason, I was gonna say Patton Oswalt
Oh.
was the assassin.
Lee Harvey
God
Oswald.
damn.
Oh God, not you, Remy.
Government.
I knew it was Oswald something. Oh
Lee
God,
Harvey Oswald.
I'm terrible.
Great host, though.
Come on, Gusto. we got some
You're
shit.
talking about the brother from King of Queens, right? the fat one, right?
I was making
The
a
pudgy
reference to
one?
Ratatouille.
Oh, they're both fat. I'm sorry.
He has great stand-up though.
Yeah.
He really
No,
does.
he really is. Patton Oswalt's amazing.
That was fucking good.
Can you imagine fucking Remy from Ratatouille assassinating a
Oh
president?
god.
Oh, God, don't even go there.
You're like
My
Paul Blart
childhood. My fucking
Nick Marshall here to
childhood.
ruin all your children movies.
My fucking
Yup.
childhood is ruined. I found out recently the guy that made Ren and Stimpy is a goddamn pedophile.
No, yeah,
Yes,
you didn't know.
Like-
no, you're
Kinda
No,
right.
I
falls
didn't.
That way a lot.
I didn't know
It's
that either.
blatantly obvious when you watch the cartoon.
I don't know.
Here's another fucked up fact,
It's
guys.
always constantly sexual, no matter how the fuck you look at it.
You would
Ren
hire
and
underage
Stimpy are
girls.
gay as fuck, and they be fucking each other all the time.
Get away from my
So
booga
what the fuck is their producer doing?
Smoking weed.
Listen, no, man, he was doing massive lines of fucking cocaine. Like,
That was awesome.
He didn't give a shit.
I've done massive lines of cocaine, and I'm not raping anybody out here.
No,
Come on.
So back to the
That was the
president
night.
getting shot in the face.
Well, let's talk about pedos for a second. So another latent pedo that I just found out was the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh,
The guy who was
That
always
makes me
snarly
so-
and like,
that makes me so
Rudy.
sad.
well, because he really is a bad guy. Now you're like, oh, now I can hate him more when I watch
Right.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's a piece of shit.
I love that movie.
Yeah, they just found out that he's a pedo. He was,
Dark
No.
moment,
Yeah.
but also
Exactly.
Okay, if we're gonna talk about pedos, then we need to talk about the most recent case of pedophilia that like is huge in the celebrity area, and I'm talking about Bill Cosby
or Harvey Weinstein.
or that one.
Yeah.
or that one.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. That's like 2 years late, though. I mean, like he's already convicted in prison.
Yeah,
He's
but
probably
Harvey-
singing
Harvey-
Jello as he's
Harvey's
getting us the
not.
odds.
See it coming.
Harvey's not. He's
Bitch,
hiding in
I
fucking
did.
Europe. Harvey is hiding in Europe.
He
He
is?
won't come. Yeah, he won't come out of
Harvey
the.
Weinstein?
Yeah,
Is he
will.
hanging out with Snowden? Are they just
Probably.
kinda kidding?
No, Snowden just got extradited back to the
This is
United
like
Oh,
the
did he?
second or third time
Really?
this cop has rolled.
That's a
by.
real thing.
Oh,
think he would've hung out in a
they
no
got his ass.
extradition
Oh, they
company. Well,
talked.
unless
Well,
they
he
went
got-
and segue
He
back
got-
into conspiracies.
He got kicked out of
Snowden.
the Ecuadorian. He got kicked out of the Ecuadorian
Third time.
embassy.
I heard
Third
about
time.
that.
That's the third time.
So
that
we got
cop's
him back.
rolled by. We
So
never
what are we
get
gonna do
cops
with
out
him?
our road. The
I mean,
one time we have
so
people on our
as
fucking
far as
borders.
conspiracies
They're
go,
tracking me.
we're
They're
talking about
tracking my
conspiracies.
car.
As far as
And it's probably like your guys' houses
Your
usually are
podcast.
fucking empty as shit.
Yeah.
Let's-
Oh, okay.
Well, as far as conspiracies go, concerning Snowden, so we're talking about JFK. Let's shift a little. Snowden, right? So this guy, traitor or freedom fighter?
Freedom
I don't
fighter.
Know. I don't know the whole case on Snowden. I know
Well,
he was
I
a
do.
whistleblower for
Freedom
something.
fighter.
I know that.
I'm gonna roll with
Trade-
Freedom Fighter on it. I
Freedom
mean,
Fighter.
he definitely brought to light some shit that the NSA
Well,
was doing.
and it's one of those
to the
things to
public.
where
Oh, yeah.
freedom of speech for some or freedom of speech for none.
Well, he saw what was going on. He's like, I gotta let the American people
Yeah,
know. This
Exactly.
is
Well,
ridiculous.
that brings me back to my point
Yeah.
I just said: freedom
Yeah.
of speech for some or freedom of speech for none.
Well, I think if you were to even walk into a room and ask that question, you're gonna get close to the same answer
Well,
for the
in
most
the,
part.
in the segue here, but going back to JFK, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember he had a speech about the freedom of information, and he was a great president. That's why they silenced him. I think the reason
Yeah.
why JFK was killed was because he wanted to do so much that people weren't ready for. They
Oh,
thought
yeah,
that
there's
people
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a
of
reason
course.
he got put down. Like,
Yeah.
That's the reason we elected Trump.
you know,
Hate to say it, but
Has anyone seen the
hear me
Zapruder
out.
we needed a Trump though. We really did. We kind of needed a person to
I
just.
agree and disagree just
like-
because he's not one of the people
It's
who
like-
he didn't get involved in politics. Hear me?
Yeah.
But also at the same time he got elected to the highest office of the goddamn free world. So here's the question though. Does that mean that we can have third parties finally?
See, I'm sick and tired exactly of it always just being Democrats or
Us versus
Republicans.
them. Yeah.
It's this and this. No, there are independents that are never fucking heard.
And they
That are
do
never
the
heard.
and
They
they do
won't
they do the
give
best
them-
shit.
Yeah.
Well, the idea upon which our republic was built was without political factions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was.
George Washington, bro.
There shouldn't just be two tables of thought.
No.
There really shouldn't. It should
Yeah,
be,
but we've gotten to that point.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the easy
We
road.
have,
It's easier to
it's-
say us versus them than to let people have their own ideas.
But that's what's so funny is because we're supposed to be able to have our own
Exactly.
fucking ideas
Yeah, I
to
know.
begin with
It's
in the
a-
first place.
It's like that song, man. Freedom isn't free.
It's not.
It's
Dude, listen to some Joe Crocker.
Well, I was talking about Team America. Fuck yeah.
I know, but listen
Yeah.
to some
Walk
Joe
hero.
Crocker.
Yeah.
Back to JFK.
Where they blow up every fucking
Back to
monument.
JFK?
you know?
Yeah.
Mafia.
Mafia. Has anyone seen the Zapruder film?
No.
Yes, I have.
It's the film when someone was on the grass
Grassy
and
Knolls.
filmed like a close up of him and
Well,
his brains
he
getting
got
blown out. And
well
shit.
that, and it's one of those things to where the Zapruder film also proves that he got shot from multiple angles. So it can't be Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone.
I still
Another
thought
one.
of Patton Oswalt.
Well, there was
God
that
damn
Mythbusters idea about like
Sorry.
the magic bullet or whatever that they had, because they got who else was in the car that got
In
hit?
the front. I'm not sure of his name, but they both got hit at the same
It
time.
was a
Which
Yeah.
makes me
it was a
think it's the
Secret
same
Service
bullet.
agent, but also at the same
Well, the
time,
idea was that they were in opposite corners of the car. So
I
like,
brought you
in front.
was it right in
I
front?
know
Yeah, okay.
you showed me.
It's been a while since I brushed up on
Thank
it.
you so much. It's going in our room. It's going in our room.
It's yours.
I don't think it was Oswald. I think it was someone else, but he was just like.
I think he
framed
was
for it,
set up to
maybe.
be the fall guy. I could see that happening. I think there was definitely
Well,
something behind
okay,
it.
but, no,
Somebody
but who is
orchestrated it.
behind it?
Exactly,
That's
yeah,
the
well,
big question.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the big question on that one. Anybody
I'm
got
not
any
in my
thoughts?
element on JFK. Like, I don't know much about him.
I'm not sure, but JFK is also around the space race era, and I want to know what you guys think. Is the moon landing real? Obviously, I think it's real.
I think it's real, but here's the other weird fucking fact.
The flag.
And this is the actual
It's
fact.
the flag.
The flag wouldn't blow in the
It
back
would
of
not
your
blow. Okay.
space.
Kubrick actually shot a moon landing. Because if everything went way wrong, we're not just gonna show our Americans fighting the Russians fucking dying.
I agree with him. I think there was two. Okay, so we actually filmed from the moon. That really happened. We did. However, we shot a fake video to beat the Russians because the Russians
Yeah,
we were
if
going to race
shit
the
went
Russians, and we
really,
wanted to
really-
prove
well-
that we got there first. We did get to the
Well,
moon.
but also at the same
But
time,
the Russians
if shit,
beat us
If
there,
shit
I
went
think.
way wrong,
Yeah.
we're still
Yeah,
gonna show
I think.
something.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell,
I think we
they
put a
broke the
video out
record.
showing, oh, we went there first, but Russians, we got to the moon,
Right.
but Russia got there first.
Right.
Yeah,
I
Russia
believe
still
that.
beat us to space with Sputnik in '57.
Well, I
100%.
mean, shit. If
Well, that
you want to
and
get
then the
real
long-
deep, the
longest record in
aliens beat
space.
us there like fucking.
Forever ago. Thank
Well,
you.
I mean, if we're
Conspiracies, right
if
there.
we're gonna talk about that, we're just gonna
No.
open up a whole can of whoop ass and talk about Carl Sagan. I mean, I just
Oh,
The dinosaurs had
Carl
dark mode
Sagan ain't
first on their
shit.
phones.
well, no, Carl-
Asteroids, bitches.
No, I believe in the philosophy that here's what when it comes to conspiracies and aliens and all that. I believe what Carl Sagan believes is that we are a dot on a molecule the size of on the tip of our fingertip. Like that's
No, we're basically
I mean, that's how small the Earth is.
we're the
I would say, yeah,
we're,
in the
we're the
magnitude
tip
in
we're the
comparison
tip
to
the rest
we're
of
the
the
tip of a
universe, yeah.
pencil.
So the
we're the
chances
tip of a
that
pencil
we're the only life form.
sticking that tip of a pencil
Yeah.
on the Earth.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. But saying that we're the only life form,
Oh, fuck
and,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that
Right.
that we're the only,
We're the only rock anywhere that,
Yeah, that has any
is under
life.
that set of circumstances that we can support life.
You know what I mean?
There's got to be
One
something
of
else
the
out
biggest
there.
issues is what they're looking for is the equivalents to be able to have life here on
Yeah.
Earth.
Right.
That's what they're looking for on other planets.
Well, and that
Yeah,
would
right,
that would
right.
just
But you got to think about environments and adjusting, and
And oxygen not being the only.
well, we're
form
actually planning a
of
trip to
being
Mars in
Exactly.
2 years.
of a actual life form. I agree with that, Nick. I'm not gonna lie. As
Some
far as-
life forms may not even need oxygen to
Exactly.
survive or water.
Exactly.
Who's
So
to say they did come to Earth? Who say the oxygen
And
here's not poisonous?
here's
to
the
that
other
life
here's
form?
the other conundrum.
That's
that
what I loved about
we-
World of Worlds.
Like
Same.
How
Shit, we
bacteria
have fish.
killed it.
They breathe underwater.
Oxygen though.
Yeah,
They still use
oxygen
oxygen
from
to,
water, yeah.
to breathe.
good, but good point.
But they have the capability of transforming themselves and evolving to the fact to where they can live underwater with limited supplies of oxygen.
Yes.
I'm saying where there's no oxygen at all.
Even
Maybe
if
they
we,
don't
even if
need
dude,
oxygen.
even if we
But yeah,
find
but they wouldn't need.
even
yeah,
if we
like
find an
Lucy.
amoeba on Mars, even if we find a fucking amoeba,
We do have an amoeba on Mars. They have bacteria on Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do?
Yeah,
Can,
yeah.
yeah.
Recently
Okay.
discovered
that
that.
means there's
Okay.
life then.
Yeah, there's
that.
life on Mars.
Yeah.
Just not
That's
sentient
change
life.
subject.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Subject change?
Yes, please.
With a frozen.
Okay.
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra? I don't know a whole lot
Mortal
about it, but
Kombat
I'm so
Ultra.
interested in the whole like
MK Ultra.
the mind control
Yeah,
shit.
that's what it is.
All right, I do a lot of acid. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But
You and Mape have got me. He's my shaman.
But,
His name is Mom.
No one needs
That's
a
awesome.
shaman. You are your own.
Well,
But also at the
he
same
drops
time,
acid like
it's
every
one of
weekend.
those things to
Like,
where
almost
with
every
MK
weekend.
Ultra,
Like, dude, you need to
CIA
calm
tried to use LSD as a mind control subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things to where do you think they took it? Do you think they took it farther?
I did.
Personally,
Because
I
you think
just
about it,
like
like if you, like, because at a certain dosage, LSD can be just like any other drug, can cause a lot of harm, even death.
Yep.
well, shit.
So I think what they
I've
tried
done enough hell to
it
where
could be
like
one of those deals where it's just a cover up over a cover up over a cover up.
Oh yeah.
Well, dude,
But if
there's a
it's been
guy.
that case,
There's a
it's
guy
been
that was
that
on
case.
just. If you listen to Joe Rogan if anyone's listening to this podcast, you listen to Joe Rogan. Go listen to him. He just did.
I listen.
He just did a
Joe Rogan.
podcast with a scientist who actually does.
Carlson-
For
well-
science, he trips like he does all kinds of mushrooms
yeah,
and shit.
no, I've seen
Well, this
what's
this-
his name?
this guy went and found a batch. He was telling a story.
Hamilton.
This guy was telling a story about him and his brother found a whole batch of new mushrooms out in California. It was right in front of a police station. And they were just hanging out there waiting for the cops to leave the station. Then they grabbed bags of mushrooms. And he took it back to his thing and he said he went on a 4-day trip. It was out in Texas, Arizona area, so it was like ayahuasca.
Okay.
But he's like it was the most astounding trip he's ever
I've
taken.
been on a
and shit.
2-week trip.
Oh my god, fuck that, dude.
No,
Oh,
well, okay, here, you want to know how?
you're the beyonder, man. I'm not.
No, well, shit,
Yeah,
I've done
you're the
DMT
beyonder.
twice within the past 2 weeks. But also at the same time, do you want to know how this happened? As
How?
far as my 2-week trip. Alright, basically, I needed water really, really bad. We were camping.
Where are we at right now? Set the stage.
Okay, I was in Colorado.
Okay, camping. That's
Yeah.
all you gotta say.
Yup,
Yeah.
exactly.
What was the weather?
Exactly.
Weather's
What
not
was the
like
weather like?
it's down there like
It's
air.
fucking great.
Isn't it
It's
dry?
cold.
I heard it's like a dry heat down there. It's not
It
like
is,
a big
but
heat.
it depends on what time you hit the season.
My mom lives in Tempe, so
But
Okay,
well,
so like
Yeah.
No, all right,
summertime,
let me fin-
spring, autumn,
summer.
summer. Okay.
Let me finish though.
yeah, you're good.
But here's the weird part. Needed water really, really bad. Had like 100 hits of Lake Liddell. Thought it was water. Oh, drank half of it.
Oh, fuck! Oh my god! Oh, I can't imagine.
This is actually kind of awesome.
Oh my god! You're beyond
out.
awesome. You're
This
just
is
like,
awesome.
I'm gone, bro. I'm gone.
I'm
man.
fucking totally here. That's
Yeah, yeah, like,
that's the part to where like
That's how great the trip is. He's
Why
not
am I so
actually here.
thirsty?
what was that like, man? Just tell me.
It's fucking great.
I've
I'm
done
not gonna-
DMT, so you. Can,
I've done a lot of DMT.
I believe you. I'm just saying
But
I've done
it's-
only
it-
once.
well,
so. I've been there. I've
It's
experienced
good.
it.
No, but with that,
I've
with
experienced
that
it.
whole trip, I thought I fried myself.
Oh,
I'm not
I
gonna
thought
lie.
I was dead. I was terrified.
Oh,
the first,
no.
the first time I
Well,
took it.
it is basically you dying.
The first-
it's the same molecule
It
that
was
makes you
so
dream. It's the
terrifying.
same molecule that makes you die.
It was the most terrifying experience I've ever had in my entire life because when I
Oh, but that's only because you got shit to deal with.
well well here's the thing you're talking to someone who's never done anything in their life like so when I met my buddy Mophead my first experience I was laying down doing DMT from 35th birthday. He's like, you need to have the happiest song that we can think of be on while you take DMT. I want you to be in a good setting. So I laid down. He put on Here Comes the Sunshine by the Beatles.
yeah, that's a good one.
And so
That's a good one.
I
for
took the
DMT
hit and he
too.
tripped it with some weed too. He's like, because you're going to want to have
No,
a good...
I see. Whenever I do DMT, I just straight bang it.
Really? Okay, so he put some weed on top of it because he wanted to sprinkle a little, to make
Man,
it see.
oh yeah.
Almost like an ease in kind
I
of.
took it, and the first, I could hear, the song comes in, but then all of a sudden, the room just went, like, remember that THX?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
Well,
it
okay.
just, like, and I freaked out, and I thought I was dying. I thought
Here's the
just
other
catch
thing.
a slide
With me,
into-
and I probably
It was
the
the
most
scariest
hits I've
fucking
ever.
thing.
That's probably the most hits I've ever ate in my life. But I've ate
Yeah.
10, 12, 14.
I mean, how did you come into the thing? Like, when you took it, like, how did it just go?
Oh, it just hit. Yeah, I mean, definitely just hit. But also at the same time,
was terrifying,
One
man.
of those great things.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say it changed my life because nothing really changes in my life because I live it.
That's a
But-
weird,
It's true.
that's a weird, that's a really awesome but really weird way to look at it. And I have to wrap my brain around that. So I'm going to put that in the
You
spank
wrap
bank.
your brain about it.
He said, put that in the spank bank.
So it was speculating, I'm just like,
Spank bank.
yeah, he was saying, live my life, live it.
Live it, Nick.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never done anything more than
It'd be the last.
weed and K2. So, like, I thought I was smoking weed for the first time. I was smoking K2 Summit or whatever.
Oh, I did it once.
No.
I did Spice
I
once,
feel
dude. Mad
so bad
Hatter.
for you.
Oh,
never
I've seen a
again.
fair deal. I've seen a fair deal
It
amount
was
of spice.
I was like,
But
I did this, and then I would feel it a second later, and everything was delayed except, like, mentally. I was there mentally, but everything else was delayed, and it freaked me the fuck out.
It took me 5 minutes to leave my bed.
I've never actually really had a bad trip except for spice.
I've never had a bad trip either. And
Really?
I've tripped
Always.
thousands of
Always a
times.
bad trip except once.
I had a
That's
bad trip
awesome
on
to hear.
shrooms one
That
time.
gives me
That
hope
kinda
because
I had a
No,
bad
like,
trip
if you need
once
acid, I can
in
give it to you right now.
25
well, what's
But,
funny.
like,
What's
it
funny
affected
is
me- it affected me physically more than it did. Like,
I got
like seeing shit.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
no, I saw shit.
Bring
I
it
don't want
back.
to derail
Oh, yeah,
it, but I do want to keep it on a kind of like a subject line, you know.
yeah, definitely.
So, conspiracy theories with MK Ultra, it kind of went into the DMT experiences. I don't mind it at all.
I mean,
but
shit, we're not Joe
then again,
Rogan.
Okay, I think
hour and a half frame, you know,
honestly,
time frame.
I think the government doesn't want Americans to actually expand their minds. I don't.
No,
think,
they don't want
They
you. They don't want
Yeah.
you to have a free thinking
No, they
mind
don't.
at all.
I mean,
At
that
all.
all
Because,
goes back to
well,
the weed
okay.
ban.
I would say, yeah.
Have you ever read 1984?
George Orwell, man.
Yes.
Animal Farm, another
I
favorite
already
one.
love
with
it.
him. Personification, the animal. Oh, dude, we'll
Yes.
talk about. We could talk about books all day long, but yeah, 1984 is such a great book about totalitarianism and how
But we're getting there.
we give too much power
And
to.
it's not that we
I think the
give the power,
government
they
is
take
equivalent to a Walmart employee
Well-
trying to like have a customer not touch a fucking phone and then do that all day. I guess the more control there is,
Well,
I don't know. The
Corey
ease
Taylor, I
of
saw
things
Corey
would
Taylor
be.
do an
I don't
interview
know.
once, and he said it really well. He said that we're more reluctant to give away more freedom for security. It should be the other way around. We shouldn't
well,
we should be
okay.
trading freedom for
No,
security. We
quoting
should be
Ben
trading security
Franklin,
for freedom.
Quoting
Knowledge is
Ben
power.
Franklin, if you sacrifice security for protection, then you deserve neither.
Oh, you're
But
sad.
there's no gray area.
There,
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there
it's all
there
black
is
and
no
white.
there is no in between.
And that kind of brings back an idea of fear that they're trying to control. You know what I mean? Where it's either all or none, and it's not that way at all.
But I will tell you, I mean, and this is what I believe in. I believe in people. I believe in heart. I believe that people are naturally good.
Character.
There will always be evil out there.
Character.
But as long as there's people like you and me talking about this shit, like Joe Rogan, people on the radio, people that actually give a fuck about this world, it's never gonna fall into
Do
decay.
you know what I
Well, I mean,
genuinely think?
evil's an opinion, though, as well, though.
Do you know what
I agree. It's a
genuinely-
persona.
it's very
yeah,
subjective.
it's a
You
persona.
She's
were
about to
saying-
go say hi to
You could
everybody.
do something illegal or something
Yeah.
that would justify.
That's a great point.
But hey, do you
Let's
know?
say,
Do you want?
you
You guys
defend
want to
your
know how I
You
feel
can do
about it?
There you go.
It's one of those things where it all boils down to character.
Yeah.
If you have good and if you have bad, you still have character. Don't get me wrong. You're never going to get rid of it. But also at the same time, do what you will with it. And that's going to affect the world no matter what.
I believe that there's a world out there where there is no such thing as light and dark. You know what I mean? Like when you look at Gene Roddenberry,
DMT,
Gene
you'll find
Roddenberry. You know who Gene Roddenberry is?
Yes, I do.
Created Star Trek, wrote the novels, dude. Created some of the shit that we have now that
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't believe. That we was in the '60s were like, that's never gonna happen, and we have it now. Yeah, that
Right
kind
here.
of shit. But Gene Roddenberry, man, dude, fucking.
Right here, a perfect
He,
example.
he believed in. I love the world that he created in Star Trek because in Star Trek, the one thing I love about their Earth in Star Trek is that there's no currency, there's no war, there's no religion.
No, there is war. They just try and prove.
Well, I mean, there's always war in Star Trek, but I mean, like on Earth, Earth is a planet now that is
Earth
fully.
has a lot of
has been-
fucking war. Can we get into that?
No, I'm talking. Well, I'm talking about Gene Roddenberry envisioned a world
Yeah.
where Earth had no religion, no currency, no.
They just helped people.
Exactly.
That's
where
what they did.
That's where we need to be.
Yeah,
Back to
but that was like
barter.
what? Yeah, exactly. Well, what? Go ahead.
We need to go back to the barter system.
Yes, please.
It make. I mean, look, a dollar.
Everybody has skills.
A piece of fucking
It's a
paper.
pe-
You
Doesn't
can
actually
go
stand
out
for
there,
anything.
That will kick in doors,
Man, hell, we still
rob stores,
kinda
kill
have-
people over.
We still kind of have
That
a
and
barter
also
system.
you can buy drinks with
some,
it.
to an extent,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
you can.
shit.
but we rely so much now on that piece of paper than anything in the world right
Well,
now.
I mean,
That
you
and it's
look
not,
at it even
it's not
within-
even backed by the gold currency anymore.
No, and
That's
you're-
the other
and
fucked up part.
Right now, like
As far as
Barter-
going
oh,
back
so yeah,
to
there's
conspiracy
nothing-
theories, it's we don't live on the gold standard. We haven't since
What?
FDR.
Where's my
Okay,
dog?
so since we're still talking about conspiracy theories,
Where's your dog?
She's whistling for the dogs.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
I already drunk. What the fuck?
She's laying down.
Only half a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. I hear it.
Tommy
Over
Chong, talking about conspiracy theories, he was on Joe Rogan the other day. Tommy Chong believes, this is what he believes about Trump. He believes that Obama got Trump elected so that they could indict him because through the tax records. Because how did Gotti get arrested?
Right.
Taxes. They got him with taxes. How did Capone get?
Yeah, it's like
get
public.
they got those
okay,
taxes.
can we
So-
actually talk about Gandhi for a second?
There's-
He's a fucking pedophile.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
let's stay on here. But
Do your research.
that's a. I want to hear about that.
Yeah,
But-
he is.
But seriously, think about it. Capone taxes, Gotti taxes.
On tax evasion.
Yeah. So Tommy Chong seems to think that Obama let him get into office, like somehow, like they pushed him to get into office and let it happen because of the fact that they wanted to
No,
indict
the
him.
American people let it happen because they're racist.
But I think a lot of it was.
No, I think the Russians had a lot to do with it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you look at-
they
do you really
influence
wanna
about
get into the Trump
0.5,
subject?
0.4.
You
But
look at
still, this should have no
percent.
influence.
but you look at the influence.
Well,
that the
and that
media
it's the
has.
fact that looking around this room,
Yeah.
who votes?
Oh yeah,
Who votes in this
I didn't
room?
vote last time.
I don't.
I
did
do.
vote, actually.
Do you want to know why I don't?
I didn't last
Because
time.
it doesn't matter whether or not we vote or not. They
It's
say
electoral
it matters
college.
whether or
Here-
not
I
we
think-
vote.
I think
Here's the other
electoral
fucked up
college, that's
part.
why.
I
It
throw
doesn't
It's
matter.
the
Popular
electoral
vote
votes.
wins.
Didn't Facebook
Technically,
just give
by
up that
people,
bullshit?
Popular
Hillary
vote.
Clinton
I
was
throw-
supposed to
I
be
throw-
fucking president.
I
She was
throw my
technically
vote
voting.
away
By the
every
way,
single time
everyone
because
should-
I will always
next
vote for a
week-
third party
next
because
week-
that's what we need.
Next week, the DNC
Yes,
convention,
yeah,
everybody
same.
should be watching. Every candidate that's running for Democrat is going to be running
She's
next
been
week.
like, she was
First,
like lunging
that's our
at you.
first ever debate. So, if you want to know about who's running for Democrat, I'm voting for Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang believes in universal basic income, which means that every American will get $1,000 per month.
That'd
Yeah,
be
but then
so
no one
hard to
will work.
implement.
No. You have to
And
understand.
how big your
I
family
do-
is.
Listen to the story
I do-
behind it.
No,
though.
I do.
Listen
I
to the
already
mathematics
know.
behind
No,
it.
look at Norway. I already know. Trust me.
But it works for a lot of countries. And think about it like this.
Universal basic income is a great idea. It doesn't work out very well in
Well, we
practice.
on 20
there's only two countries.
spend one
There's
point-
only two countries in the
Well,
world.
hear me out with the math. though.
No. I already know the math.
Well, let me state the math for the podcast.
Yeah, I was saying, let him
Yeah.
bring it in.
Yeah.
Go
And then
for it.
we'll probably move on to a
we
different
spend $1.3 million or $1.3 trillion supposedly.
On war.
No, on government programs like
In
welfare,
general.
Which is war.
like welfare
I mean, a lot of it is the defense budget. but,
and food
there's other
stamps.
stuff that
I'm talking about programs like infrastructure is what I'm talking about.
No, our
Assistance.
infrastructure is literally rated.
Welfare, dude. You know
Dude,
how much
no,
welfare
no,
we spend
no.
on money on welfare.
Our,
and on-
our infrastructure is rated 49th in the world.
Yeah.
And we are supposed to be the free
That
world.
doesn't mean we're not spending money on
Well,
it.
well, hear me out.
We're not
We
the
spend
only-
right
But
now
we're not.
currently.
But
this
we're
is
not.
based on political facts on Politico.com. You can look it up. We spend 1.3.
See, I'm
We s-
actually a political aficionado. I hate to say this. My dad has worked for the State House. I've seen backroom dealings. And he used to be a campaign manager for actual senators. So I understand how politics works.
Well, I'm not telling you. I'm just stating for the we're talking about it, but. $1.3
I'm
trillion is spent
just-
on 23 big government programs like welfare, food stamps,
Social Security.
PBS, Social Security. So what Andrew Yang is proposing is that instead of us spending that, give it back to the American people, give it back to them because it's going to go right back in the
That's
economy.
not-
So
okay.
well, let me explain. So for middle class citizens like myself who are struggling paycheck to paycheck,
Same.
most of the middle class citizens right now are struggling. If you had an extra $1,000 a month,
Love you.
what would you do with that? You would probably take that extra $1,000 and get yourself out of debt and get ahead, right?
Oh, yeah.
For the middle class
Or
person who's
move.
actually trying to get their head.
Move to get somewhere
Well,
to get ahead.
to get ahead. But that money you're spending is going to go right back into the economy. It's going to go back right into the gas station. It's going to go right back into the bills that you're paying.
Yeah.
It's going to go right back into the government. That's what it's going to sustain. I think that's
So you're essentially putting it
Elon
in the hands of
Musk.
the consumer.
Elon Musk is vetting this. Elon Musk is one of the a billionaire. He's vetting basic universal income. He thinks because of the automation, it's also going to prevent automation. So 12 years, I work in a call center job. I worked there for 4 years. I'm a manager there. 10 years, my job is gone. Google
Yeah,
just
it's
created
just
an
done by a
algorithm.
machine.
Google
Yeah.
just created an algorithm that is based
that will
on
actually do the exact
do
same thing
what
that
I'm
you're
doing right now. In
Well,
12
and
years-
that and probably
Shit,
what?
here, probably here in
1,200
5 10 years,
people.
sales clerks will be gone.
in 12 years. Automation is here.
Yeah.
The number 5 of types of businesses are going to be affected are agriculture, manufacturing,
Retail.
retail, clerk,
How do you think
clerical,
universal income is
and-
going to
and
affect
truck
it?
drivers,
Agricultural is
believe it or
always
not.
going to be around
Automation.
because
And that's the majority of
well,
the people's.
can we talk
He
about
said that he
GMOs?
thinks that it's going to cause.
That idea, what it does
Oh.
is it puts that money back into the hands of the people so that
That's what
they
I'm
can
saying.
put it back into the system itself.
Exactly.
And I
It
understand
helps
that.
capitalism rather than hurt it.
I understand that,
Universal
but
basic
capitalism doesn't work.
What would universal
It has
income
to
do
work.
for the working
It's already
class?
here, you know what I mean?
Would they
It's
still
here,
work
you
as hard
can't
as they
been
do?
here.
You can't
No.
stop it from.
Or would
it's
they-
a train, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
I
Not
get
do
it.
it, 'cause that's
It's
all
gonna
they
keep
know is
going,
work.
You know?
Right.
You are also right, but also at the same time have not strong opinions, but I have my own opinions.
I
Well-
think we should move on from this opinion just for time
Oh, yeah.
constraints and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And-
yeah.
Actually, I don't know what to move on to yet.
Clear the room.
Clearing the
I
room.
think it's been about 30 minutes.
I would say,
on
we're probably,
conspiracy
yeah.
theories
I'd say that's a good point to
and
cut off the.
sidebars.
Yeah, this is what happens. It went from Pizza King to anal one time, so
Yeah, for real.
actually 4 times in one
I
episode.
would say, if you're listening to this
you
podcast,
making
it's
a
not for
porno?
structure.
Hell no.
It's never been about structure.
if you're looking for universal income, I'm just gonna.
Cheers.
Cheers.
to
Cheers,
that.
everybody.
Cheers.
All right,
Everybody at home forgets we were drinking.
here's the second subject of this podcast: ghost stories, and I'm gonna let you two lead on it.
Go ahead.
We've had our little debates
no,
here.
You guys
so,
are the best people to lead on it.
How are we the best people to lead on?
well, not the best people,
Okay,
but
we'll
I'm
do
saying to
something
give
up
you
like
guys
Bad-
some time to
Bad
talk.
Cemetery.
You know.
I've got Monkey Jack Bridge. I have Monkey Jack Bridge.
I just
on
watched the
my
documentary
notes.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Cemetery.
Just watched a documentary on the woman who just died, who actually still had that doll that actually was from Annabelle, the real
Oh,
doll.
yeah.
There's a museum down in Tennessee. I just watched the live footage of it. It's hilarious.
There's a
but
movie about it.
There's 2 priests and guys with gloves on, and they're actually literally in the museum, and they're moving the doll from one case to the next because they just moved it to like a museum in
Well,
Louisiana.
See, here's the other
But
thing.
why? I don't understand why they don't burn it.
Here's the other thing with
Just destroy it.
Historical.
well,
Ghost
Yes.
stories. I'd like to.
Well,
Well,
this
try
is-
to
yeah,
go
this
in a
is scary.
circle.
This
If
is
they still have it,
Annabelle.
there's
We're
a
talking-
dollar to be made.
I kind of want to do it like
Somebody's
a
gonna wanna come
campfire,
see it.
Campfire.
style.
Okay, so like tell
Less debate, but more like-
experiences of
Okay.
when
Who you want to go first?
yourself has dealt with a ghost type situation, like
Perhaps
the fact
the
that
other night?
I have actual, used to have
Ghosts hate
actual
me.
recordings.
Demons
of,
hate me. They don't.
In my
wanna show
house,
up
we
when
had a
I ever-
ventilation
I do shit.
system.
Seriously, like
It was a
it's
really
turned
big,
off.
huge fan, one of those you pull in.
I'm serious. It's funny.
You know what I'm talking about? At
okay.
the top of the stairs.
Mhm.
Okay, the attic
Yeah.
was completely sealed. There's no way that these boards move on their own.
Where
unless
is
you
this?
pull the thing. It was in Fortville, actually. In
All right.
the house I used to live in.
Not to take it to a dark place, but also.
I mean,
no.
we're gonna kind of go like this. Each person will have their
I
own little
mean,
thing.
Come on.
I don't want to
Come on, Rob.
dissipate
Oh,
the
let it
debate.
finish your thought, man.
That's
You
not
know?
all that happened. It wasn't just that the boards moved. I had a grown man's handprint burned into my fucking arm.
Whew.
That's not
Like
good.
this. Like somebody fucking grabbed me. All right here.
Did you guys take a picture of it?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
Who's next?
Where's the picture now?
About my
There you go. man.
My
My
biggest
phone that's
experience
probably
Fire.
gone.
it kind of happened for me in like the
That's
That's not
awesome.
even
Sleep
all that
paralysis
happened that
sense?
night. It was a bad
Yeah.
night.
where there'll be
Really?
times where
I can't imagine.
I'll be like, I guess falling asleep or something like that, and I've had times where I've felt like I've literally been held down by something and I'm trying to yell out for help or something like that, and in order to get out of it, I've had to turn over and literally like arch my back and punch out of it, like to be able to breathe, and then I'll snap out of it and I'll still be laying on my back. Some weird shit.
You like?
That's all I've ever really come to know. I mean, I live in a fairly old house now, and there's supposedly it's over 100 some years old now, and supposedly there was a 3-year-old that had epilepsy that had a massive seizure and died on the staircase, which is super weird because when you're in that house, about the only like truthfully peaceful feeling place is on the landing in that staircase.
That's fucked up.
It's some different stuff, man.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yep. All right. With me and paranormal, extraterrestrial, whatever you want to fucking call it. What do you need to say?
Yeah. I didn't want to like say.
I need a cigarette. Oh,
Hey, smoke a cigarette, bud. Ask for one, damn.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know Kermit smoked.
I need a lighter. Will you
you seen
guys
that-
help me find a lighter? I need
Have you seen the meme where it's like Kermit has like a market and
Wait.
and Fozzie Bear walks in
What?
and he asks you, "You still having trouble with the wife?" He says no, and he's standing in front of a glass case that has pork chops in it.
Miss Piggy. Oh boy.
She tastes so good.
All right,
Oh boy.
Sorry, I had to break the moment there for a minute.
All right.
my turn.
Yes.
All right. I've had a lot of extraterrestrial and paranormal shit happen to me. Have a lot of dead friends. Not to start it off on a bad note. Don't
Go
get me
wherever you
wrong.
need to.
Oh, I will. But also, it's one of those weird things. Like, okay, I was in Colorado. Somebody died here in Indiana. Visited me in my dreams. Said, "Hey, bro, I'm dead." Like, literally in my dreams. Like, and that's how he
Just
said it.
completely nonchalant. Just
I'm fucking dead. I can see you right now. And I've done a lot of DMT, so it's just one of those things to where it gets weird and whenever you're talking about those sort of things. But also, very, very strange because he was dead the next morning. Yup.
That's premonition.
No, it's not, because I was asleep.
Okay, so that was astral projection,
Yup. There you
which
go.
is still a form of magic.
I disagree with magic. It's not science either. That's the other thing. It's definitely not science.
I
but
say the word magic because we lack a better term for what it
I'll
actually
say that
is.
the only other way that you could go would be like spiritual, but I mean, it's an
Yeah,
act.
yeah, and here's the other thing. Had that happen to me 3 fucking times. And that's where it gets really, really weird as far as like, I am always asleep when it happens, but also, I know these people very, very well.
Oh, shit.
And they get to me in those sort of situations because they know I want to know. And that's where it gets sticky. That's where it gets sticky, man. It really is. I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's a darky.
And also at the same point,
I'm trying to let her roam, but learn to.
number one, how does that happen? Number two, why does that happen?
So far,
That's
it's
the
working.
question. You know?
Yeah.
But also, I mean, shit. As far as ghosts, seen a few. Oh.
Ooh.
Not a party foul.
Oh, sweet.
Ah,
I was
It was an
gonna say
assisted party foul.
doggy party foul.
I just heard
But-
a sneeze. It was cute.
I mean, shit. I work my way around the psychedelic realm, number one. Number two, if you do as many psychs as I have done, then you work your way into the spiritual realm. So, being in touch with people like that gets weird. But also, real thing.
Are those the experiences you wanted to share?
Well, I got one more.
Okay.
Alright. Dreamscapes.
Mhm.
As far as people actually having dreams to where you can actually cross over from one dream to another dream, but they're 2 different dreams from 2 different people.
I've had that happen once.
Same.
Really?
In a weird way, yeah. I had a dream that someone else had, and I
Well, but were you
kind
in
of just said a dream, and they were like, "Holy shit, I had this kind of dream too," but I was at the other end, you know.
Yes, that makes sense, but
Um,
I'll share mine.
Okay.
It's just one of those things where, how do I put this? Okay. It's just one of those things to where I've very, very obviously had the same dreams as people who are going through rough shit when I'm going through rough shit. Make sense?
Yeah.
And then also been very, very similar, but also at the same time, not very much the same. If that makes any sort of fucking sense.
A little bit. Yeah.
Like in reference to the person that you had this shared experience with, or in reference to yourself?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
So in a way, that happening kind of changed your perspective.
No.
Person. Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, no, because we're honestly having the same dream, but we're like states away.
Okay, so it's almost kind of like that mental or emotional link that you're having.
Yep.
Kind of idea.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Full on shared experience like that.
Yep, hit the nail right on the head. And then they called me and it's like, dude, are you okay? And then I'm in the middle of calling them.
So it's
For
like a form
Oh,
of telepathic empathy, in a way.
Yes. Yes.
May I?
It's your show, bub. Run it.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey. Hello, everybody. To that dream that I mentioned earlier, it was 2011. I was living in Edinburgh, and I had a dream when I was
Edinburgh's
younger.
a good place.
Yes. I had a dream when I was younger of walking through this kind of like a yard at night, and I would see this light from like a kitchen, you know? And it happened 2 or 3 times, and in 2011, I was with a girl, and I explained, you know, some of my dreams, and I mentioned that one, and she mentioned being on the other end, like in the kitchen, seeing somebody outside in the yard.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like that. It was, you know, it was kind of weird. But as far as a ghost story goes, the street you used to live on with Sheila and whatnot,
Yeah.
the owners that used to live there, they passed away in that house, right? One night, because I would sleep over there every now and then, I had sleep paralysis, and I thought somebody had walked into the room. I could only see like their silhouette, and I couldn't move or anything. I wasn't freaking out. I was just like, ah, crap, you know?
But that kind of sounds like sleep paralysis.
It is. I saw the silhouette kind of like come into bed and like lay next to me, but it was I thought it was Caitlin for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
But I was really tired and I went back to sleep. I mentioned that, and nobody got up in the middle of the night, and then they mentioned the couple that had passed away. Maybe it was the older woman, because it did have like a womanly shape to it. And yeah, I think one of them, I don't know, laid next to me for, I don't know, comfort in a way.
Well, comfort in a way, but also at the same time, I'm not gonna say trying to freak you out. That's not what this is about, with them especially. But also, comfort, yes, but also at the same time, they want to live in the real world.
Like maybe
So
experience what
as
they
if
had
they're
before.
like, as if they're in a kind of like stuck in between afterlife and.
I think what ghosts are is just the energy someone
Bird
leaves
story.
behind.
Yes.
And maybe some memories are so powerful that energy is left behind in, I don't know, like some kind of loop, you know, regardless
Yeah.
of like negative or positive energy.
Mhm.
I think it's just stuck on loop, you know. Maybe they don't realize it or something, but yeah, that's what I kind of think is going on with any kind of spirit, you know, if those even exist.
Can I pose a question that goes a little bit more along the lines of like the dream micro subject?
Sure.
Yes,
If it doesn't
please.
mind. I experience a lot of deja vu where I'll literally dream specific moments within my future, and it's never a like pivotal moment per se, but it's always just before something
See,
big
Rob,
happens.
I've
I have
had
a
that happen to me
5-year-old
too.
pit lab.
And so I guess my
memories.
question is if you experience is it literally like you see a pivotal moment in your life, or is it just an excerpt of time that you dream it and then later on you're like, oh well, I've been here before, you know, just
Well, that,
true-
but you haven't. But it's coming.
Yeah, well,
Does that make sense?
I'll dream it
And
and
then we
that's
got-
whatever,
For about
and then
5
I'll go
years,
through the actual
And then we've
moment
got
in time
Clyde, like
later
Bonnie
on,
and
and
Clyde.
then
Nice,
it's like,
nice,
whoa,
that's
wait a
awesome.
minute, okay,
Yeah, I'll have
deja
to-
vu.
I'll have to
I
bring
literally-
yours
Yeah,
sometime.
well,
I've been
but
here
deja
once.
vu, but in the future.
Yeah.
Let's bring it over to Rex for any kind of
Well,
ghost story or experience.
Well, I'll tell you what I don't have. Okay, so I've only had an acid experience one time, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I've always wanted to be in touch with the. I've wanted to see shit. I wanted to believe shit. My grandmother used to tell me a story about how she literally prayed. She got up. She had a balcony like the one off of Hook, where you could, you remember the movie Hook, where you could open the doors, you could step out on the balcony. There's a railing there.
Yeah.
Trying to get her.
She lived in a house, and she prayed to God that she would see an angel. Well, she swears up and down every time she tells me a story, an angel flies by her window, and she saw an angel. And I'm like, okay, Mimi, you saw an angel. She's like, no, I saw an angel when I was 18 years old. I'm like, okay, Mimi. So like, you hear stories from people like that. And my mom, she's into the astrology and all this stuff, and she went to the Mayan ruins. She went,
Sorry to interrupt, but tarot cards?
She's a little bit into that and readings and all that kind of stuff. My mom's out there. My mom was a hippie when I was younger, so like she was into that stuff, and she's always been about free love, and she's a liberal, and she's a great woman. I love her to death, but she's really into that kind of stuff. Well, she went to the Mayan ruins, and she said that she felt evil spirits around and stuff, and so I've had family members who've experienced these things. However, I have tested over and over again. I've messed with I fucked with a Ouija board. I've gone to said haunted houses and spent the night in those houses with my phone
Time out real
and
quick.
sat down.
That's what I want to do for
Our honeymoon.
Yeah.
is go across the country and
Yeah.
stay nights in like haunted hotels
Yeah.
and houses.
Yeah,
That-
I've done a couple of those, and I did 2 of them in Myrtle Beach, literally, and one of them was abandoned. Like it was literally like just done, and then no one messed with it. It was on property, and no one was supposed to go there. It's actually famous, and they do tours now of it. But it was back in the 80s. I was like 9. And my friends bet me that I wouldn't go into this house, and I literally took my flashlight and I got a book, and I sat in the living room, and it was scary because the walls creaked and shit,
Well,
but
but
nothing
also at the
fucking
same
happened.
Yeah, and see,
Nothing.
that's where I would jump in, honestly. Because, like, me and my girlfriend do urbexing. If you know what that is.
No.
Alright, it's basically we take photos of abandoned buildings.
Can I still hear Ritz, brother?
But it's very, very fun. Very, very
Trajan.
creepy. But also at the same time,
Also.
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those things to where all we're doing at that point is preserving.
What are we talking about here?
Urbexing.
What what I'm talking.
Taking photos of spirits.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No,
Okay.
no,
Just
no.
like
I mean,
abandoned buildings and
Abandoned
houses.
buildings and things.
in general, because they're fucking beautiful.
So, but what I'm saying is that so I've talked to my mom, and she believes in this thing called indigo children. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
It's
I've
a-
heard a lot about that.
It's a real thing. My mom believes that I'm an indigo child. She believes that I'm right between millennial and Generation X. I was born in '83, so technically she believes that I'm an indigo child or whatever. And it's like the evolutionary stage of ADHD where kids start becoming more intellectual and intelligent and all this stuff.
Well, there's a shift going on.
I believe it. But I believe that's like the next quantum leap. Yeah, will be mutants. Sure. Yeah, the next quantum leap to 5,000 years from now, humans will evolve. Sure, I believe it.
Oh yeah,
You know,
for sure.
I believe it.
This is
You know,
like-
if
This is
we're
like
still here, if we don't blow
This
ourselves
is
up,
like
you know,
If we don't start doing it by
That's the hard
robotics.
part,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
blowing ourselves up.
you know.
But
But back to my thing is so. Yeah,
Don't run off.
I've stayed in houses where mom swears up and down that she saw spirits behind me and shit, and I've never felt anything. So I challenge anyone to but no one will do it with me because every time, like, I've been around mediums, I've talked to
Hit me
mediums,
up.
and mediums are like, no, I can't do this with you. I'm like, why? She's like, because they don't want to come around you. You know,
So they just want no part of you, no
Like-
connection, nothing.
yeah.
I see.
Like, I
I've
feel like
had that
I'm
same
turned
thing
off.
happen to
Like
me.
maybe my light is too bright. Like
Well,
demons
that
just
and-
don't want to be like,
Do you know what's?
you're not, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interject.
Yeah.
Actually,
But also
even when your lights-
for like me doing so many
I wanna hear
sites,
what you have to say.
like I've been eating acid since I was fucking 13 years old. But also at the same time, they don't want any part of me either.
And I'm gonna say this from a doctoral perspective.
Yep.
I've only done acid once, DMT once, and shrooms once. And the only reason why I've done
Oh.
them once is because I've wanted to see that side, but I like where my mind is at. You know what I mean? Like I like clarity.
Yes.
And so some people can
Function.
can function that way. That's your level. That's your frequency. Everyone has their own frequency.
Exactly.
You know, and mine. after taking that DMT experience, I'm a completely different person. But that's what I needed to do, a shift. Like, that was the first spiritual experience.
It shifts your whole perspective.
Well, it did, 100%. But it was the first spiritual experience I've ever had, period, with anything. Like being able to see something that, holy shit, I really saw
something
that.
out of the norm of everyday life.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to feel like in a place where, like, that was a spirit. You didn't do that. Like, I was like, did you see the door close? I'm like,
nope.
So fucking with me.
What did you have to
like,
say?
Sorry.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I
Wiccan.
want to hear. Yeah, that's awesome. I know Wiccan.
You are
There's a
Wiccan.
Wiccan community,
Yes.
isn't there? And right outside of Lapel.
Dude,
I
don't
in
know.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's
we
just
went-
put it this
yeah.
way. I was hunted down by a coven because they wanted me to be in their coven. I'd
Yeah.
never spoken to these people. They
Yeah.
had no connection to me whatsoever. They found me.
Are they that
And
coven?
Scared the
from-
shit out of me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Whenever
Whenever
Trying
you're
to get
done,
me.
bring it back to me.
Can I have one of
Okay.
your lids, brother?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want one too, by the way. Yes.
Yes, please.
Oh, thanks, brother.
When your light is bright, yes, there are the ones that don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's always gonna be those few that think that they're ballsy and
Yeah.
can fucking do it. And they'll fuck with you. But your light will shine brighter than them. And you'll be able to overcome them.
And that's why, okay,
But see, I just want to see it. I just want for once. And it was like, and people.
I have.
I've been down to 5 case. I went down. Here's a funny story with Rob White, by the way. Went down to 5 Points, and went down with this church. There's a satanic church in 5 Points, right in New Orleans, and we went in there, and we sat down, and I thought it was pretty funny because I was, at the time I believed in God and stuff, but
you can believe in whatever you
well,
want to believe. That's your prerogative.
I was led to believe God. I didn't believe in
I
myself. I
understand
wanted to.
that.
I wanted to belong.
That right
You know what I mean?
there. That right there is the problem with religion.
I agree with you, and that's why I'm not
Okay.
there anymore. But anyway, back to the point. So 5 Points, the Satanic Church. We went in there. We paid. You had to pay $15 to. Oh,
Or lighter.
we paid $15 to get in. We all sat down in one of the back pews, and they were having a sermon. Or whatever. Everyone stopped. They turned around and scoured at us, all of us, and told us to leave immediately. Like they could feel the presence of like God or whatever. And Rob was laughing his ass off. I was like, they could tell that we were Christians. I was like, I just think they didn't like the fact
No,
that
they wanted your $15.
I was like, I don't think it was God like that was entering the
Whoa.
Satanic Church. I think it was just the fact that you were like, praise God, like you
All right.
talk to them, like you're walking into a Satanic Church saying praise God. What do you think
You
is going to
walked
happen?
into a satanic church where they don't believe in you or God. That would be like me walking into a church and saying,
It's-
praise Satan.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's so
Yeah.
disrespectful. I didn't even want to be there, and I was like, this is like disrespectful. I was like, well, Satan's bad. I'm like, but you guys are fucking hypocrites. Like
Okay,
you believe in a cult
here-
too. This
here's
is a
the thing,
cult.
man.
Like,
Hold on.
Alright, let me
guys are
let me
fucking- what
speak
the
my piece real
fuck?
quick.
like
Bud,
I'm non-conformist because I don't conform, but now I'm a conformist because I don't conform. How does
Alright,
that work?
Yeah, right. It's a paradox.
Go ahead, Mr.
Paradoxical.
Radford.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good, bro. But also, I've done so many sites, and it's one of those things where I understand that more than I should. Way more than I should. I've been doing acid since I was 13. The first time I did DMT, I was
Wait,
14.
how do we get back to acid? We're talking about.
talking about
Wait,
Yeah, I
tell
know.
me
I'm
your wicked
getting there.
story.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
getting there.
Okay.
Let me talk, please.
You're good.
Go ahead.
But also at the same time, it's one of those things to where if you are so in tune with yourself, it doesn't matter what you believe. It just matters how you feel. And it also matters very, very much so how you treat other people.
100%.
Yeah.
what you dish out, you get back free.
Oh, I believe you reap what you sow. I believe in karma. I believe in magnetism too, like gravity. Like
It's your turn.
one of my favorite movies is Interstellar. But the reason why I
Good
love
movie.
Interstellar is because I believe
You don't
that
have any
like
ghost stories?
love is on another plane. Like how they were trying to
Changing
explain.
the subject.
Like love is a plane. Like if you could love somebody 1,000
He has no
light
ghost
years
story.
away, love has that much power. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
you
No,
know,
it's one of those things where I've been with my girl for 5 years, and I'm very young. Like you can probably tell that by looking at me. I'm young.
But I put anyone to the test. Please take me. If you think that a spirit will show up around me, I'll go to a haunted house with you. Like seriously, I want to be scared. Like I really do, because I don't believe. I think it's the theory that I don't. You can't
Do
be
you
scared of
wanna
what you
know
don't
why
believe.
You can't see them
Why?
because you don't believe.
Well, do you think maybe the
I wanna be proven
people
wrong,
that
though.
do like in a haunted
You
house
know?
that do see it, because you know how like you can trick people,
Yeah.
especially like in a mass. Like, oh look, did you see that fucking frog? But there's nothing over there. Well, that one person,
It's
that
gonna
did
say,
see it.
Just
yeah.
gotta see it.
And then everyone's
Every
like,
time.
and then Rod will be like,
Yeah, man, I,
I
think
did
I
see
saw
it.
it. Yeah.
and then everybody just kind of joins him like,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
like,
feeling of acceptance, which brings us back to religion,
100%,
which brings us
you know what I
back to
mean?
the fact
Like,
that
you know?
religion is shit.
yeah, but that doesn't disprove it. I mean, I've known so many people that have seen shit, but why can't I see shit?
What?
It's bullshit. It's like, why does everyone else have an experience but I don't? Like, you
right,
know,
no, I get that. No, I'm not.
I want someone to.
You want to know it for yourself.
You know, what I mean? Like
Maybe that's why you haven't.
that's what everyone says, and I think it's bullshit. I
Because,
think
you
that's
know,
ultimate bullshit.
I didn't believe to a point, but I've seen.
I feel like Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump. You call this a fucking store? Show me, like, you know, like.
I
I'm kinda like,
understand
you know,
that
like,
to a point, but also at the same time,
Well,
Here's-
shoot, we could
here's-
just went
here-
into it.
if I'm gonna
Haunted
finish my
area.
point, or
I'm
Yeah.
not talking to you. You're fine. Go ahead. You're good.
Then we'll round it out to pizza.
Yes.
Yes.
Round it out with pizza.
but also, okay, I've done so many goddamn psychs, and I grew up with them.
You keep
I
All of
saying
them were
that.
goddamn.
No, I mean I can keep saying whatever I want. But
Oh,
also-
you're fine. I'm not knocking you. I'm just. I know you've done drugs. I can tell by the.
Let me talk. Alright. It's just one of those things to where some people can do drugs, some people can't. And everybody's gonna get a different experience out of them. But if you want to do them, you want to see stuff most of the time whenever you try them for the first time.
You're not drinking that, right?
Which
No.
is partially why you see stuff.
Exactly. I mean,
Because you.
well, no. Here's the other thing. You can almost use that as a religion.
Yeah.
or is it the possibility where the psychs maybe unlock the
If you
third
get-
eye?
Have you guys ever watched American Gods on
Third Eye.
Stars? That's what literally is what it's about. So you know how like people bring over like their beliefs to America when they first come to America, they bring over their gods, like the God of War.
Right.
Well, American Gods is like that. So like,
We love American Gods.
oh, you
Did
should.
great shit.
It's a great show. We're
I just
waiting.
me and my mom are watching it together. We have a date
We're
night
done.
every Sunday.
Oh,
I just watched the first episode. I know me and my mom.
It's so fucking good.
Dude, I
That
watched the
show
first
is
episode.
amazing.
It flipped me the fuck. I had a nightmare like that night because like the vagina. Like, just, like, I was like, oh, take me. It's just like, yeah.
No, I get
I
that.
have
It's like,
nightmares.
what
You
the
gotta-
fuck?
I have
Like, she was, like,
nightmares
rub it on me. I was
when I
like,
see
I
my
don't know if
daughter
I'm
being
having sex
born.
right now.
I was
Like, is your
that's
vagina gonna
terrifying for a guy. I mean, like psychologically
Maybe.
terrifying for a guy. Like just like I'll never fuck a woman again. I'm good, girl. You just stay right there.
Tell me a little
The shoes
something.
are
No, I got, like, I'm
something.
good. You just stay right there. I'll get a pocket vagina down the street. I'll go to Cirilla's.
Oh my god.
It sounds so much like that movie Teeth.
Taint.
I'm gonna get a pocket pussy. Or you've seen a movie Teeth? You've seen Teeth? That's another movie.
No!
It's like good. Just like
Oh,
I'm good.
Teeth is the
Hey
one
bitch,
of
I'm good.
Oh God.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
That makes me never want to have sex again.
Pizza.
Round it out.
Teeth
to
vagina.
pizza.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
So what are we talking about when it comes to pizza? Are
Oh,
we talking
good
about
Lord.
toppings on pizza? Are we talking about
Pineapple
ranch
doesn't go on
with
pizza.
All right.
Pineapple
Same
doesn't go on
format where we
pizza.
go around in a circle.
Who's first?
Best pizza, worst pizza.
Oh, okay. I can yes. My favorite particular taste pizza is bacon and pepperoni combined.
Holy shit.
Worse though. I don't barbecue sauce, for instance, like barbecue pizza. I don't mind them. I don't like if they're like really sweet.
Yeah.
I don't
you can't
like
be-
it.
yeah.
And to me, that's the worst. It's
Okay.
like, too sweet of a sauce.
Best people that make pizza, worst people that make pizza.
Chicago.
Worst
this
Chicago?
would be
best.
so
Oh, that's the best. Oh,
hard.
that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Chicago.
Marciano's, dude.
Yes.
On Michigan Avenue, dude.
Dude. Yes.
Giordano's.
Yeah.
Giordano's.
And
Yeah.
that's the reason I hate living here because like when I whenever I got pizza, I came back
Giordano's.
here.
Dude,
I
every
was like-
summer, once a year, I
I was
go.
like, why the fuck?
Strictly
Every
for the
every
pizza.
pizza tastes like fucking cardboard now.
Okay,
Dude,
In a
Giordano's.
circle.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're gonna
Thick
try.
ass cheese on the
We're gonna
bottom.
try the
Oh,
one at a
so
time format.
That
Might
never
work.
works.
And like the best part
I-
is when you pull that
try
fucking
it.
pizza from.
I don't know how
there
this works.
And the cheese just streams
You're good.
out.
Just we're just spitballing. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, just roll
spitball.
with it.
I just know how the audio
Especially
works,
when
you
you
know.
get that slice of pizza.
Podcast.
One day we'll have mics.
One day
Pull
we'll
out
have
that
mics.
Nice cheese.
One day.
Just cut them all off
And
and it'll
one
be
day
me
I will
talking.
sound like a fucking muppet.
You sound better today.
By the way, that brings me back to the conversation of earlier.
Pineapples
of,
is my least favorite.
Today
Pineapples
was
is
letter
favorite.
C, and you said it'd be O.
O.
It's still C for cum, bitch.
You're good.
She shows up to the bar
I know.
sounding like
Yeah.
something
Favorite
off of Sesame
pizza?
Street yesterday.
Least favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza. Ah.
What's like, I'm gonna order this any time of the day.
Here? In this town?
Anywhere.
Anyway.
Oh, anywhere? Oh, fuck. I think they're gonna go to Chicago or Germany.
Yeah.
Worst.
Germany? Did you say
Wor-
Germany?
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Pizza?
around.
Really?
Well, you and me have talked
It's
about
not bad.
this.
Never had German pizza.
No, you and me have talked about
Sounds
this.
interesting.
We've been
Automatically.
around.
Isn't German
I'm a
Italian
military
though?
brat,
Like,
guys. No, they're not. But they're.
all I think is
the way
Nazi
it's-
pizza when you say German pizza.
Okay,
got it.
like,
They got it.
around
Hey,
here-
hey, that's been like
Pizza
90
aisle?
years.
Oh, wait.
I'll just
have you been to
check.
1,000-degree pizza around here?
Oh my god, it's so good.
That is
Okay,
one of the
it's
best.
in Mount Sinai.
close to Chicago
100
pizza,
degrees?
Pretty
and
close.
Chicago pizza
Yeah.
is close to the way the pizza is over in that area.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I agree.
If that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
no, it makes perfect sense. I used to live in
I
Lebanon.
went to
3 hours.
Germany when I was little.
Nice.
We had pizza.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
So like
That's great.
that's why I can't
It's
throw
awesome. I
that
didn't know
one
that.
out
Yeah.
of the hat because like just because I can't go there now
Yeah.
like 2.2, I'd still fucking go back.
Yeah.
Pizza's not the only thing that I would fucking eat, but
Yeah.
I'd be
So
definitely
we're
eat
definitely have to make a drive in the future.
Worst
I'm
pizza.
down. dude.
worst pizza.
I'm
I'm gonna
down.
have to say a homemade fucking pizza.
Like handmade, homemade, or like
No.
freezer section?
It's not delivery,
No.
it's DiGiorno.
It's rising.
It's not delivery, this is shit! Continue, worst pizza.
It was homemade, but like it just did not.
I get that. I've had something where they made it from home from scratch, and you're like,
I didn't make it.
Best company, or restaurant, I guess, that you would go
Restaurant in
to?
this area close
CC's.
by, I would
CC's.
go to 1,000 Degree Pizza. Their pizzas are like $14 fucking for a goddamn large, but man, when you say bacon and pepperoni, you
That
get bacon and
shit's
pepperoni,
stacked, man.
and it's fucking amazing, and,
it's
it
all
melts in your mouth.
it's all
Worst.
brick stove.
I don't like
Like
Pizza
brick,
King.
Brick oven fired.
Oh no.
I love their breadsticks. Their breadsticks
hate
are
Pizza King. I'm right there with
I
you.
don't like
I
their
hate
sauce is
Pizza
fucking
King.
bland.
Oh,
They don't use
they
enough
did chop up all their
toppings.
ingredients, like into tiny
And
little
they're-
pieces,
yeah,
and I'm like,
they're
no, I
little
want the
fucking
pep.
cubes
Yeah.
and shit. No, negative Ghost Rider. If I want some fucking pepperoni
Yeah,
on my
right?
goddamn pizza, I
Better
want
be circular.
slabs of fucking pepperoni on my goddamn pizza.
Best pizza, honestly, it's not even traditional pizza. Fucking breakfast pizza in general. Like the school
Casey's.
breakfast pizza.
Casey's?
Dude, I lived on that shit. Oh,
Oh.
Casey's.
Elementary school, man.
Those
Elementary
fucking
school's long
squares.
squares.
Yes.
Fucking jail, man.
Been
Well,
there,
that's
done
how you knew
that.
it was gonna be a good day. You got pizza and ice
But I'm
cream.
telling you,
You get a little cup,
yeah, right.
boop, little spoon,
Little
just
spoon.
You get breakfast pizza in the morning, man. Your day was great.
It was.
And then the worst, oh god, worst place you can get pizza from. I'd have to say Jets Pizza, which is actually something. It's a thing down south in like Nashville and stuff.
I've had it.
Shit.
They have great fucking wings. But their
Oh,
pizza's just
pizza.
kind of. It's not awful, I guess.
No,
There's
but
no
the
awful
whole-
pizza. I don't believe in that, except for with pineapples. But
I don't understand that.
But like, it's
nonsense.
just not good. like you know, some 16-year-old dude, completely pizza faced. Pardon the pun.
I got some
Was back there
pepperoni.
going, I really don't
pizza
give
face.
a
That,
fuck.
that reminds me of that movie. What is it? Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, Spaceballs.
Pizza
Pizza's
face.
a hot.
Pizza's a hot.
He ate himself to death.
Yes.
Best place to get pizza, restaurant. What?
Best place to get pizza restaurant wise. I'm gonna go with the Giordano's.
And worst.
Worst other than Jets. Worst that would be a little bit more
local.
local. Little Caesars, to be honest,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh,
Agreed.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
unless you
Alright.
have them like make it, that shit sits in the
Straight
underneath that
make it.
lamp.
I have
yeah.
them make it every single time I walk in. They
It's
make
just
it
not
for me
good.
because they know that I won't take it if it's
It's
not
just
made
Like,
fresh.
like if I'm in a pinch and I really need food, $5 is buying me a pizza. Okay,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna go there first.
Mr. Radford,
Right.
what is your favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza to eat?
Homemade. That I make myself.
Ooh, and what is the
Yeah.
worst?
The worst is definitely Little Caesars because I grew up skateboarding and traveling the goddamn country, and I used to live off of it.
What do you put on your homemade pizza?
Depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Given today,
Given today,
like if you were in the
if
mood
I
for
was gonna
pizza-
go home and make a pizza right now,
Yeah.
Yes,
all right,
right now.
I would definitely do some ham and some bacon.
Mm.
Ham, bacon, maybe a little tiny bit of pepperoni, but it's got to be sliced.
Mm-hmm.
And thin crust.
Mm.
Most people hate me for that, but I love thin crust pizza.
I can enjoy thin crust. I like the deep dish stuff better, but
Well,
I can enjoy thin crust.
I prefer hand tossed.
I actually thin crust is my favorite.
Well, like if you go to New York, man, you're gonna get a thin crust pizza. But they've got some ballin' ass thin crust pizza there. They really do.
I mean,
Here we go.
I've been there, ate it.
If I said get
Yeah,
So-
it's good shit. Me too, man. I was in Manhattan. I was in Manhattan.
Let's go. I'm like, fuck it.
And I loved it, man.
Well, it's just
you
one
go
of those
stop
things
at a
where
corner store.
It'll
stop
be
on the
open
road.
when I get
This
there.
goddamn-
Hello,
It's like a
everybody.
foot.
Growing up on the road, man. Growing up on the road, I swear to God, I've tried all the goddamn pizza. And it's just one of those things to where I cannot do pizza that much
I'm so
anymore.
sorry. I meant to share that with you.
Pizzaed out.
Not pizzaed out. Never.
How old are you, man? Just wondering.
24.
24.
Can we go ahead and do that real quick around? Everyone give their age.
Yeah.
Oh
for the
yeah, real quick.
podcast.
27.
35.
29.
29, but we'll both be 30 in July and August.
24.
24.
So we're pretty much 30.
All right. I'm gonna go with my favorite pizza.
33.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Best breadsticks, Pizza Hut in Richmond, just because they season them
Ooh.
heavily with like.
Oh,
No, I
my
know
God,
exactly what
shit,
you're
I know
talking about.
That's how
Yes.
I used to work at Pizza Hut.
Favorite breadsticks ever. Fuck. But favorite pizza? Pizza King. I like the toppings, but only Top Hat 2 or Claire's in Richmond. So, Claire's the
Top
one
Hat
with
2
the
started
bus.
That's a
scamp though, man.
fucking good.
Up
Yeah.
here in Q.
Top Hat 2, on the one on Q, they fucking overload with
Well, they do
toppings.
now,
I
but they
fucking love it.
Not even as much as they used to. Seriously, you gotta catch the right person.
Fuck
Not anymore.
Fucking good.
Anyway,
fucking
that's
good.
my favorite pizza. I think my worst pizza, store bought anyway, is probably Tostino's. It's like a guilty pleasure though. Like I'll
yeah.
microwave the shit.
You.
So well, if you're drunk, man, you're like, fuck yeah, I want that pizza.
Oh no, dude! I'll wake up and
I-
fucking
that
eat
bitch is
pizza.
going in the
So
microwave.
about how you said that.
What?
Tostino's worst.
Tostino's worst, but I'll microwave the shit when I wake up and eat it.
I used to like pizza.
I like the toppings more than the bread.
Like you said,
I like
breakfast
pizza.
pizza.
But I think my favorite pizza would be homemade, but kind of a combination of store-bought homemade. I would buy a thin crust pizza with uncured pepperoni because it just tastes a little bit better without
It does.
the fat on it.
Once
You
you
know,
bake it,
What's everyone's
yeah.
I like to
One more
put
pizza.
cut up bell
One more
peppers on
pizza.
it,
Want more pizza?
and I like to season it with a bit of garlic salt and seasoned salt.
Good shit.
Yeah, and a bit more garlic. But one tiny little story on my epic pizza adventure is the bacon cake pizza. I took one stuffed crust pizza. It's called the bacon cake pizza.
You gotta
I want to
watch-
make it again
gotta watch
for
out
the
for
third
it.
time.
My-
Bacon cake
because
pizza.
it was one of the
Okay.
last ones that was turned around.
You take a stuffed crust
Is that the
pizza
same
from
dog? That's
DiGiorno,
not the same dog.
you know,
No,
with
no,
pepperoni.
Oh, okay.
You then cook up some
I was
bacon.
like, wait a second.
Oh,
So you
sorry.
just morph into another dog?
Oh my god, that's a different dog.
He's pretty friendly for the most part, but you gotta like.
It
you
ate
gotta
some
watch
pizza.
because sometimes he'll just turn around and sniff for no
He
reason.
likes guys more than he likes
Yeah,
girls.
he hates females.
Come here, baby.
He was
Bacon cake
abused
pizza.
by a female.
So,
Oh.
you take DiGiorno, the stuffed
He's
crust
like, I
pizza
remember you.
that has pepperoni. You take a lot of bacon and you kind of crisscross it, you know. Put some tomato sauce, put some nacho cheese. You put another fucking pizza on it, upside down, and then you do the same thing with bacon, nacho cheese, and
That's a pizza you
pepperoni.
would make.
And then, yeah, 2 pizzas in one. It was so fucking
But
good.
also at the same time, double top, and then double stop.
Oh, you're fine.
Yes. It was so good. But my worst
Probably smells
fucking
Aries.
pizza ever, Little Caesars. And only because of
He
one
likes
experience.
ears, too.
My friends
I've had,
had a lot of pizza one night. And I'm like, why do you have so much pizza? We're poor. How did you afford this? We went dumpster diving. They throw out the pizzas. They throw out the pizzas that no one buy, and they put them in a bag and they put them in a dumpster. Oh, look, free pizza. I'm like, I'm not fucking eating that shit as I'm eating that shit. I'm just
there
like,
was
this is
free
the
pizza.
worst pizza ever.
Why the fuck am I eating this?
Like, it smelled like hot garbage. But that could have been my friends, okay? They're pretty dirty. Oh, anyway, sorry.
All your friends
Sorry,
are
Ricky.
pretty dirty.
And Cody.
No more pretty.
And Johnny.
Dirty, Ricky.
And all of you. And Lodge. Oh, sorry. No, that fucking... It was gross, dude. Why did you go dumpster diving for 5 fucking pizzas? That's gross. It was free, dude. Well, tastes like shit. So,
Well, that and fucking
There we go.
Ricky.
Hey, you're the asshole that ate it.
I don't know. And I'll eat it proudly. It's pizza.
Month-old pizza.
Did we already go
with
over
him
your
right
favorite
there.
pizza?
No.
Oh no, my favorite pizza. Giordano's, man. Like I said, I go up to Chicago once a year, see a Cubs game,
They're so
and
good.
have Giordano's. So it's like my favorite thing. Ride the Ferris wheel, all that. Navy Pier. But the
Navy
worst
Pier's
pizza
fine,
I'd have
too.
to say is probably what you were saying earlier is
Pizza
Little
King?
Caesars.
Pizza King. I hate
Ah,
Pizza King.
Pizza King sucks.
I am not from. I'm from the South, so the two
Hi.
things that the South
Rock and
has.
roll.
Charlotte, North Carolina, dude, born and raised, man. Two things in the South that we have better than any place else is barbecue,
Fuck yes.
and we have grits, and I love grits. Everyone hates grits.
I've
never had
I
grits.
actually like grits.
Never had
Depends
it.
on how
grits.
they're
Hey,
made.
what are
I
grits?
like
In
I don't know what grits are. What are grits?
It's
Yeah,
What are
brown
grits?
gravy
Yes, what
and
are
white
grits?
gravy,
Explain
though,
to
I'm
him
just
what
saying.
grits are.
grits are okay. So it's like cornmeal. It's
But
cornmeal.
also at the same time
It's
fried
cornmeal,
cornmeal.
but you
Yeah.
can either do one of
You
two
ever had,
things. You
chocolate
can
gravy?
take salt
No,
and
I
pepper
haven't.
and butter.
Yeah, but you
and
can
fry
also-
it with
have you ever
an
had
egg and
fried-
slap that bitch on
Hey,
top after it's done
Well,
cooking.
have you ever had fried
Or
cornmeal?
you can put some milk and sugar in it.
Yeah,
Milk
And make
sugar's
it like
good,
a
too.
breakfast oatmeal-y type thing. So like I said, it depends on what time of the day on how you prepare.
it's like in the
said
Matrix. He's like, it
grits.
tastes like toasted wheat.
Is it coming back?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
no.
just letting him play.
there's
it.
a
He wanted
in
to
the
go
town I
inside.
lived in Tennessee, Columbia. Right as you enter,
Or
From the north
Columbia,
side of
South
Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay.
when right as you enter from the north side of town, on the side of the hill,
Louisiana,
there's this
Oklahoma,
restaurant
and Texas.
called Pizza and Grits, and literally that's all they serve all day long is pizza with grits.
That's awesome.
That's it.
I heard pizza and wings at one point. When I was younger, I ate DiGiorno stuffed crust pizza with wings as all in one package. But
Yeah.
separating to the wings thing, I'm sorry, Montgomery's has the worst.
Yeah,
They're not
At
awful.
least first
They're not great.
experience, it was fucking disgusting. But now I'm getting more used to it, you know.
Yeah,
I liked
I'm not a huge
B-dubs.
fan.
But the best wings I've ever had, Wings Etc.
Yes,
I see, I've
Best-
never
I
had wings,
agree.
etc. Now they
no,
opened
me
one in
coming
Muncie,
from
didn't they?
me,
There's
no,
one in
me
Muncie,
coming
and
from
there's one in
Broad
Greenfield.
Ripple.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had mine in Noblesville, and they were fucking.
No, the Broad Ripple one is the original one.
That's why I was sleeping.
Fucking fire.
We gotta go.
Are you guys
We gotta
sushi
go have
fans
them.
at all? Sushi fans?
Sushi fans? I can do
I can
cooked
do
sushi.
sushi.
Which
I've
is
had
not
sushi
real
once,
sushi.
and I didn't.
Sushi?
I'm not a fan
No,
yet.
straight
Not a fan
sushi,
yet.
I
I'm
can
still
do straight
getting
sushi.
into fish. I like.
I'm a
all-
hipster though, so.
I mean, I'm turning into a hipster.
fuck,
Look,
look
look
at
at
me.
this shit. I think
No, Sushi
Dane is a
Club.
hipster. Dane is a huge hipster.
Sushi Club is probably the best sushi in Indy. I love sushi. I love sushi.
All right,
I just had some spider roll. That's
let's
what I was
close
eating.
it out. What do we
I have
have?
California
Oh, okay.
rolls all the time.
Um,
I love California
all right.
rolls.
We're gonna hear some ruffling and a tuffling here. Do 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 do.
What did we get there? Hour and a half.
An hour and 12
Has
minutes.
anyone ever ate the
So,
bonefish grill?
this is the law. Getting there.
Their
Getting there.
Kung Pao chicken, man.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna ruffling and a tuffling.
Hot and spicy, but man, if you can do it, greatest chicken ever.
Back to the hipster thing. I think Dane's a huge hipster.
Dane?
Dane. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would
How
you guys
long
I'm sorry.
Cocktail.
classify?
Big beard, vape, big man bun,
This is gonna sound
glasses.
egotistical,
Sorry, man.
but what
Visually,
what
hipster.
what the fuck would you guys classify me as?
Skateboarder. Stoner skateboarder.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Visually alone.
Visually.
Two things that he was.
Hello, what am I?
Skater artist,
Spicoli.
Like, that's
Spicoli.
what my brain says.
Spicoli.
What am I visualized as?
Really? You don't get the reference? Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Honestly,
Spicoli.
Yeah.
He's like, I brought a pizza into high school, man. Spicoli.
And I just walked
told
out
you-
of my van with
I
a
would like
fucking
to know.
bunch of fucking smoke rolling out.
I love that, man.
Ah.
Sean Penn, man. Spicoli.
What about Rob? What do I look like?
What do you look like? You, sir, are a unicorn, my friend. You really are.
Do you
You're
know
You're
what?
unapologetically weird, and it's amazing.
I heard
and
they
it's-
cook cupcakes. You want my personal opinion?
Yes.
Artist,
Yes.
Yeah.
cinematographer.
What's that?
Cinematographer?
Oh, cinematographer. Sorry.
Eh.
I don't know if I could visually get that though.
Yeah,
I'm going by visual. Dane, hipster. You? I'd say more
I'm a Renaissance man, dude.
Renaissance. I just imagine you with armor and a fucking axe. Just going at people. "Hey, you're talking like Kermit
Well, I was
Frog."
thinking more
Just
like
can't
Danny
do Kermit
DeVito,
Frog right
you
now.
know, but-
Oh hell no! You're not fat enough.
well, Renaissance man. No one's seen that movie?
Oh
Renaissance
yeah,
Man?
no, I have.
I'm sorry.
Seen, I
See,
have
I'm old,
seen that
man. I'm
movie.
35.
Pretty
I've
fucking
seen so
cool,
many
I'd
fucking
say.
movies in my life.
Oh, you dress cool?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I like the hair. Both of you guys pull it off very well.
Thank you.
They're the best people I know.
I'm a pothead. I'm a pothead. I smoke every day.
I just sell.
Well, I'm ADHD, man, and like I even smoke at work, and like it just calms me. It's like my medicine. You know what I mean? Like I take one hit, like I do one a day during work. You know, and I'm fine. I'm just chill the entire day. Yeah.
I'd call Rob the Beverly Man.
The what?
Beverly Man.
The Beverly man.
The fuck
Just
is
kind
that?
of your average everyday guy that drinks beer.
Musician.
Musician.
Yeah.
What do you play?
Guitar.
I play a little bit of guitar, but I'm
And
a
he's
singer.
Nice.
yeah,
What do you listen to,
very-
Mostly actually like independent country, like kind of Americana bluegrass.
Whatever you like, man.
But a lot of it's kind of darker. You know what I mean? It's the depressing, held down side of it.
Robbie, I fucking love you.
Oh, yeah.
But I listen to everything, dude.
Oh, yeah.
As far as when it comes to music for me, man, it's not just a thing. Like
Yeah.
it's a complete way of life. It's intertwined into
a
every
rhythm.
memory. Well,
It's a rhythm.
it's a complete rhythm for your life, man.
Hey.
It's intertwined into every memory I have.
Going to the bar?
And you look at it, and it's such an important part of
Wanna
our
ride?
lives. People don't think about this, but
I mean,
every movie you
shit,
see
yeah.
has some form of song in it somewhere.
Dude,
When you get in the car, man, what do? You turn your radio on.
You're preaching to the choir, man. I'm right
Like-
there with you, dude. Seriously.
And what's cool about music is, and this is something that I actually learned from Dr. Brimmer at Butler University.
Oh.
yeah.
He's a music performance doctor and all kinds
His
of
name is
stuff.
Walter Brimley.
No, it's.
You two are fucking cracking my head up.
But one of
Alright,
one of the coolest things about him was that he was in front of God knows 150 adolescent high schoolers that couldn't honestly give a fuck less for the most part about anything. And he looked at all of us and he goes, "You really need to feel what you're singing right now." He said, "Music is too important. It's literally the
Do you
universal
have a degree
language."
in music?
I don't. I had a vocal scholarship to the University of Indianapolis.
Nice.
Are you and Lyle still doing stuff?
A little bit here and there. We're still
You
working.
said had past tense.
Yeah, I right after I got the scholarship and graduated high school, my ex got pregnant with my son, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
then like a few months later, I ended up moving down to Tennessee, and at that point I had to be a dad, man. I had to work.
Why don't you go back and do that again?
He's working
I'm
on
working
it.
on it. Hopefully
Oh, yeah.
by the end of the year, I'll be back down in Tennessee. It's
Yeah, man.
the only place I feel at home, to be completely
You gotta
honest.
be-
Like I moved down there when I
you're on
was
it, man.
18, just turned 19, and had a kid, and I
It's
met
crazy.
most of the best people in my life. People that
Oh,
are
yeah.
closer to me than family are.
It's fucking awesome, man.
My
You know,
car
you
Found a
feels like my
support
home.
system.
People that would do more for me than family
Yeah.
would.
I
That's
travel
great.
more than I
Straight
stay.
It's good to
like-
have people like that.
That's how I feel about Colorado.
When the kids
And I
move
met
out,
them
we're
all
traveling.
so quickly. Like it wasn't like I was down
When
there
the
for a
kids
long
move
time
out,
and
we're
went through a bunch of
traveling.
shitty friends and stuff. It was
Yeah.
off the bat.
See all the
A week
nice.
from being there, a guy gave me a job, and then now he's
He's
my
never
best
seen
friend in the
anywhere
world.
Nice, man.
else. I
Nice.
feel
Yeah,
bad.
I have a music major. I went
How,
down to
how are you
UNC.
gonna live your life without
I got
seeing
a
my
music
rectum?
education degree. I was going to teach music.
That's the thing. I went to
About
music-
2 more
vocal
beers.
music education.
Yeah, and
But,
actually,
I mean,
I
I've
did
been,
music
like,
production and
Kentucky,
music
Tennessee,
education.
like, just
So,
local,
and I was also in a
stay
touring
so
band for
away,
about
but nothing
6
really
months out in
that far
California,
out.
believe it or
Okay.
not. Yeah, indie band.
Yeah.
That
We
just makes me
actually
feel bad.
ride on the coattails of the Used for a
Because
while.
I've been to, like,
So we actually got to open up for the Used and a bunch of other
That's
bands.
what's down to Texas.
All right.
Like Under Oath and Senses Fail and shit like that.
At this point, I'm gonna have everybody say their name, what they're drinking currently, and a sign off for each and every person. So,
Oh shit.
Well, you wanna
Sign
start?
off.
start with you.
Sign off.
I don't know.
To infinity and beyond.
Sign
Just
off.
sign off.
Just say something.
The guy that just finished his beer
Oh, okay.
needs another.
Oh, hey. Try Honey Brown. It's the
They're
best
great.
cheap beer
You
you'll
want
ever
Coors
I
have.
don't know.
I can only have two because I got to
I
drive
guess I'll
home,
just
so.
go
Yeah.
with my old school signature from years ago.
not bad.
Hell no. It's
When
$1
life gets
for
hard,
this.
fuck it.
Well,
I think so. Yeah. Sign off.
When life is like a dick, when it gets hard, fuck it.
Oh,
Love it.
sign off.
I fucked it up the first time.
Make sure that anytime someone asks you if you're all right, you tell them you're half left.
Sign off.
Oh, I'm D-Rad, and also you do you and I'll do me.
There you go.
Can I do myself?
Yes, of course.
Yay.
I just figured you did yourself anyway.
Oh, I always do.
My sign off? I'm that Nick guy, and this was a pretty damn good podcast from the 2 Pints Radio Show. I'm gonna drink more beer and get drunk.
Yeah.
Because I'm halfway there on
I'm
one
gonna
fucking
get
beer.
high on my way home.
everybody got the game plan.
Right, yeah.
This has been the 2 Pints Radio Show. Thank you for listening, and thank you all for fucking
That
this.
we
Yeah.
Bringing everybody together to talk about
We
this
need to do
shit.
this again. Yeah.
You-
Multicast.
Yeah, we
Fuck
need this
yeah.
again.
Yeah, we do.
This has been the 2 Pints Radio Show. Because it's inside of a shoe right now. I bet you didn't hear that, listeners. Okay, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, as I dig this out of my shoe.
Give me a hug.
Yeah, brother.